Since I was born, I have never thought that it would ever be possible for a sieve to hold water, because as we all know that sieve has holes, and even if the holes are very tiny, water will definitely find its way out. Until I watched this video from this channel which explains and proved that it is indeed possible for a sieve to hold some certain amount of water. And I also did my research which led me to get the full understanding of how this works. So in this video, I'm going to explain how it is possible for a sieve to hold water. Another thing that relates to this is the Lotus Effect. The Lotus Effect was named after lotus plants, whose its leaves exhibit superhydrophobicity behavior. When it rains on lotus leaf, instead of the water to spread out and wet the leaf, the water will bead up and roll up the surface of the leaf, carrying away all dirt and contaminants on the leaf. I am going to explain the surface structure of lotus leaf and how it is very difficult for water to wet it. Lotus effect is a specific type of superhydrophobicity which exhibits the behavior of water repellents. The surface of a lotus leaf seems smooth, but if you zoom in close to microscopic or nanoscopic level, the surface has some bumps, that is, it has some protrusions. These protrusions contribute to its superhydrophobicity behavior. Think of it like this. If you have two smooth surfaces rubbed against each other like this, the friction between them is higher than having one surface that has protrusions. In the first case, the friction is kind of high, which will make motion difficult. But in the second case, because of the bumps that are on one surface, it will be easier to rub them against each other. The protrusions were covered with waxy coats. The protrusions covered with waxy coats contributes to its ability to repel water. So because of the protrusions that are on the lotus leaf, water will roll off the surface of the leaf instead of spreading out on it. Water molecules tend to attract each other, that is, they have strong attraction towards each other. When there is water droplets on a lotus leaf, the water molecules will join together and roll up the surface of the leaf, carrying the dirt on the surface of the leaf away. This is also quantified by the contact angle of the water droplets. Contact angle is the measure of how a liquid droplets interact with the surface of a solid. Contact angle greater than 90 degrees indicates that the surface is hydrophobic, while a contact angle greater than 150 degrees indicates that the surface is superhydrophobic, like that of the lotus leaf. When water drops on a superhydrophobic surface, because the contact between the water and the surface is very small, the water beads up and rolls up the surface. So back to this video, how does it possible for this sieve to hold the water? The reason why is that the man uses a concept called hydrophobicity. The word hydrophobicity has obviously explained itself. Hydro means water and phobia means fear, which means water fearing or water repellent. By understanding the lotus leaf and how it is capable of repelling water, engineers and scientists create innovative materials and technology that mimics the behavior of lotus leaf. They even create technologies that are more water repellent, self-cleaning, and efficient. So in the video, the man coated the surface of the sieve with hydrophobic coating. So when water is poured on the sieve, the water molecules attract each other and try to stay on the sieve without pouring out due to the presence of the hydrophobic coating. So why do we need this technology? Number one usefulness of hydrophobicity is that it can be coated on solar panels so that it will prevent water icing on the surface of the panel so as to ensure efficient performance of the solar panel. Another usefulness of hydrophobicity is that hydrophobic coating are coated onto electronics and fabrics to protect the electronics from damage from water. Hydrophobic coating can protect sensitive electronics from damage to reduce the risk of short circuits. It is sometimes being used in waterproof phones. Hydrophobic coating can also be coated on airplane wings, wind turbines, and power lines to prevent formation of ice on them, which improves safety and efficiency. Hydrophobic coating can protect metals from rusting and moisture. If you want to know ways to turn waste into energy, the video is here. And if you want to know why we don't use this engine in our cars, the video is here. Subscribe.